Well, 6 to 8 foot barreling offshore conditions. We would continue through the round 4 this morning. And well, then that round 3 heat, Miguel Pupo on fire up against Sebastian Zietz and Jeremy Flores.
You know what? This was amazing. His post-heat interview, he said that he was just sitting in a hurricane having an ice cream. That's what he said his mindset was, to calm himself down. Absolutely great surfing by him. But Jeremy Flores, you know, surfing so well, so precision and just pinpoint, but then, you know, just not finding the open face that he needed. And it was really hard, like you said, to find those waves. But, you know, Jeremy looking really good.
Yeah, I think this is at the point, Gigs, where the tide started dropping out and you could see the face of the wave was changing. It went from a slopey almond barrel to square. And now, you know, the guys were forced to read the ocean more and more and more. The more tide that dropped out, the more water started moving. And Miguel Pupo, he's sneaky that way, isn't he? You know, this is a guy that gets a couple of bombs every year in Hawaii at pipe. That's not easy to do.
Yeah.
So he's not just great on the wave. He knows how to read the ocean as well.
Well, you touched on Pipeline. We saw him get that one wave at Pipeline during the Pipe Masters, where it just went off the reef, black to green, they call him, and then hit that sandbar. One of the most beautiful waves I've ever seen at Pipeline, dead sheet glass. So Miguel, sneaky, doing the work. You know, these other guys in this heat just never found rhythm. Miguel finding flow, finding open face. He's just tagging it, looking really solid on his feet. I'm impressed and happy for him to have a nice run through this event.
Gigs, one of the best waves of the morning right there, and not a barrel. So I love that the judges left the scale open for turns, not just tubes.
Yeah, I like that point you make there, Ross. Is rail work from Pupo and the tube ride for his 2 counting scores sees him through to the quarterfinals here in Portugal. And well, it was an important result for him as he finds himself way down on the Jeep leaderboard.
Again, look at those totals. Look who's up over 14 points. Miguel Pupo, 16.
That's the key story, Strider, is what you just brought up, Gigs. Miguel Pupo is below that top 22. So you have Kanoa Igarashi out of this event, and he didn't better a result here. You know, he's already got a bucket of 13, so he's going to stay right there at 18,000 points. If you have a chance, go to worldsurfleague.com and look at that cut line. It's really fun to watch. There's about 6-7 guys all battling for their jobs.
Yeah, absolutely. An important point you make there, Ross, is the back part of the Jeep leaderboard. As much as we focus on the world title race, we're focusing on these massive performances. Of course, there are careers on the line with the back part of the Jeep leaderboard. And well, talking about the top end of the Jeep leaderboard, Jordy Smith in discussion again here in 2016. A big heat win in round 3 last night in the late fading light. Going into the 9s, we'd see him tee up in this encounter in round 4, making up the final heat of the draw against Stu Kennedy and Connor Coffin.
Well, look at how beautiful it was. I mean, look at Stewie just getting pipes. Are you kidding? These are just like crazy thick double up. I mean, those waves have got so much power. It's just belting the sandbar out there. It was just so fun to watch these guys on these kind of waves and see them use the power, right?
Yeah, I was a little worried, not worried, but I was thinking, okay, maybe the advantage is going away from Jordy Smith because it's all about getting barreled. It looked like Mundaka, it really did. But Jordy still found the waves to do what he does best, and that's hack up the face. And so that was really cool because he thought, I was thinking, oh, Connor Coffin, he's going to do his little Fuji thing and he's going to drag his rear end in the wall and get barreled across the whole lineup, but he didn't find that wave at all, Strider.
No, and he went to the lip though, you know, but not really opening up, not really, you know, finding that big, you know, impact turn where you're actually using the entire rail, down turning into the bowl and coming around it like you want. Jordy found this little wave right at the end of the heat. Went into the 8s, excellent range, but you can see where he's tagging the bowl and he's using full force and rail into it and then does it again. So beautiful bottom turn, top turn combination, 2-turn combination. Jordy loves it, loves the claim, double shakas.
Shakas around, Gigs.
Well, the big South African finds his way directly through to the quarterfinals. There are the official results of that. You see the 8.83 that Strider was talking about there again. Heat totals into the 14.66.
Yep, we talked about it. There it is again. Jordy Smith above 14, looking safe. And there's some scenarios here. Ross, what do we got?
Well, Medina, you can see he's still in this thing no matter what, unless John makes the finals. So a couple more sketchy heats for the Medina camp to watch, you know, and see if they can go to Hawaii with a chance to win this world title. And Jordy, he still has a chance to keep this in his own hands by the way he's surfing. So that's kind of cool if Jordy makes it to the finals. And they're on opposite sides of the draw. So if Jordy takes down John in the final, he's going to give himself a shot. But, you know, this is out of Medina's hands. And it's kind of a bummer for us because Medina, he would have been ripping today. Oh. It would have been fun as a fan to see, you know, those two guys, that rivalry, keep it going. But he had a shocker yesterday.
Yeah.
Yep, so that wraps up round 4 of competition. Of course, Travis Logie at that point looking very closely at conditions on hand. He would get going with the round number 5, the Heat 1. And, well, Adriano de Souza taking that win over Joel Parkinson. Let's go down and hear from the winner. He's there with Rosie Hodge.
Well, Adriano de Souza, we were really looking forward to that matchup with Joel Parkinson. The conditions, they got a little bit tricky towards the end there. Just tell us about your read on the lineup.
Yeah, it was such a hard heat, you know, and the condition was kind of really tricky out there, and it's balmy, and only few waves on the inside. It was kind of like good, and basically the judge want to see the bombs, so we are kind of like try to make the best decisions out there, you know, or catch the middle ones or the bombs, and I think what I did out the back was enough to make this heat, so I'm pretty glad to be on the quarters, and yeah, I can't wait to the next battle.
And since France, you've been telling us that your goal is to make it into that top 5 position on the Jeep Leaders board. So how are you feeling moving into the quarterfinals of accomplishing that goal?
Yeah, it's perfect. And basically, pretty much with this result, I will fight it for sure for the top 5 at pipe event. So yeah, I'm really, really happy with that. And I can't wait for do everything I can here in Portugal, and then as soon as finish here for me, definitely my goal and my training, my focus will be moving to pipe event.
Well, that hard work paying off. Can't wait to see you in the quarterfinals. Back up to you guys.
Thanks, Rosie. Adriano de Souza, the world champion of last year, still in the discussion again as he will find his way to the quarterfinals to match up against Kalohi Andino. The tide has played a part here in Europe. It is halfway through. We're on hold for around a little over 4 hours and 15 minutes from now. We'll reconvene at 4:45.
Round 4 kicking off in solid conditions.
Boom, boom, boom. There are some bombs coming through out the back.
Perfect surfing from Andino to start. Driving into the pit. Florence, great positioning. John going straight to the quarterfinals.
Sebastian Zietz, is he in there somewhere?
Oh yeah.